In America, in the supposed ghetto, does living with having less material possessions, living poverty, or the supposed American poverty, give people an excuse to be violent, to do savage type actions? And I'd say it's not. I mean, you've had people who've grown out of poverty and have devoted their lives to doing good. I mean, look at Mother Teresa and Pope John Paul. They grew up in Eastern Europe in poverty that no person in America has ever dreamed of. People like Pope John Paul and Mother Teresa, they have been through more stuff than anyone in America could ever say could have been through. But they're white, and it's just like they've progressed themselves and they pulled themselves out of this supposed situation. And I think that anyone doesn't have to be tied down because they have less things and be bound to violence. It's like a mindset. And it's like people just had this whole thing that, oh, this person has more than me, then I have the right to take it from them or to beat them up or do whatever. And I'm pissed off because I have less, so I could join a gang. And I don't think it's an excuse. I think it's a mindset, and I don't think that, I think it's irrelevant. I mean, the poverty in America is really kind of laughable. I mean, half the people on the planet Earth have never made a phone call in their entire lives. There are more phone cables in the island of Manhattan than all of Africa. And it's like, Manhattan has 1 million people, Africa is almost 900 million people. I mean, when you think about Manhattan, such a small island, having more phone cables in Africa, I mean, Manhattan has a lot of black people too, and it's like, we like to say, like, oh, well, people are underprivileged in America's ghettos, and by the standards of the world, the American ghetto is actually a place of privilege. And people, for 1 second, have thought about that, then why do they have to think, I need this? Just because someone has more than you does not give you an excuse to act like a savage. And, like, I don't care who you are in America, there's going to be someone who has more than you. I mean, unless you're Warren Buffett or Bill Gates, everyone is going to have someone who has more than them. I mean, you have middle-class people who live in upper-class neighborhoods, and they don't have as much, and it doesn't give them an excuse to act like a savage. It's how you deal with things. People in this world have this whole ideal that we need to get that and get that and get this and get that to get there and get here and then get there and get there. And they don't stop for a single second to analyze anything and realize that this happiness and these feelings are within ourselves. And why do we need that and this and this? And why do I have to be an asshole to get this and steal from him when I could just sit and work on myself? People don't work on themselves in this world. And that's why everyone's so miserable. It is just as important to work on ourselves and to make ourselves healthy than to just say, oh, life is getting a house, getting a car, getting ahead, getting this and getting that. People don't stand still for a second to even work on themselves. And that's why many rich people are unhappy. And everyone just thinks that material possessions are their life. Your life is inside yourself. And people need to start realizing this. And the American ghetto, people don't starve, and there's no excuse for it. And people can get ahead and be happy, and they can live with what little they have, and at least attempt to keep with the things they do have that are important, such as family and friends. Worry about what matters.